So it's the second paragraph of Ois Gimel. So he's saying the Merosh Tzurim Arenu, that is the end of the others. Merosh Tzurim is the source of the Midas, which is Midas higher than Seichel. And that's the Yesod, that's the foundation by which to ensure that one does not become flooded by the Nefesh Bahamis. But that's not enough. It's then got to go down to the next level, the Merosh Hasherenu, from the hills. And he explained earlier, Asherenu means a close-up look. Pnimius. Merosh Tzurim Arenu is makif. And the makif is critical as the foundation. It has to proceed from there to the Pnimius, as it continues now. Even though the hills referring to the mothers, refers to a lower level of midas that are directed and governed and defined by seichel, rationale, what they refer to as hills. This is a level of recipients. This level of midas receives the source of all midas is super rational. That's true, but here we're talking about as the midas are filtered and controlled and governed and directed and channeled by seichel. So therefore, they mekabel only from the original source. Like mothers, the female receives from the others, from the male. So why go there? What's wrong with the avodah of makif? What's wrong with the avodah of reish tzurim alone? Midas higher than seichel. That's Mesidas Nefesh. That's we explained in the previously where every Jew has the natural Mesidas Nefesh inherited and bequeathed from the others, no less. So that's enough? No. Nonetheless, must begin the reish tzurim. It's not enough the avodah of reish tzurim. Namely, namely the midas as they are higher than seichel. As we explained yesterday in the shir at length, the reason for this, if you didn't hear the shir, I encourage you to listen to it. But there has to be what? There has to be the avodah of the imohos, the hills, and Asherendo is habota b'chayzek, as you said in the previous paragraph, this intense close-up look, pnimius. Why is that? The reason is because the whole point is not surrender, but suffusion. That the avodah should be not only from the perspective or from the standpoint or from the foundation of the transcendent keiches, which is taka the chiddush that happens dafka ne'elam hazard, as he said before, because the mind there is no avodah b'chol ma'itcha. You have a copy of the mind, but we have a copy here. Your father's coming? On Zoom. Okay. We could learn downstairs further apart. Okay.
What's coffee?
Pardon?
It's not this. What's coffee? It's caffeine. What's coffee?
So I can hear his coffee here. He got one from downstairs. He what?
At home.
He's at home having his coffee. Ah, okay. Middle of 176, a third down from the ice. But the kavanah is not only the avodah b'chol ma'itcha, but it should be drawn down. If the love remains only a transcendent instinctual love, then there's no connection on a conscious pnimius level, and that's not the kavanah. The kavanah is that it should be drawn down, as you explained yesterday at length. And if the love is only lechatchila, the love of gevois hashurenu, only apiseichel, well, not only is it limited, it's destined to fail. Because if it's only based on rationale, somebody else will fulfill that more completely. Or you think they would. So therefore it has to be based on the avodah of what? on Reish Tzurim. So then the question is, so finish, just remain with Reish Tzurim. No, if it's only Reish Tzurim, then there's not a pneumistic connection. The whole kavanah is Dira B'tachtoinim. And Dira B'tachtoinim means pneumius. Again, not surrender the world, but suffuse the world. Not annihilate it, so God says, I can be the only one left. But I want to fill creation, starting with filling you. And by filling you, that will then be reflected in all of creation. Hence, it's critical, and that's the main. When I say main, I don't mean the iked is the foundation is the Reish Tzurim. When I say main, I mean that's the stuff in terms on the clock. The conscious avodah is avodah of Gvois Hasherenu as a foundation. Meida Ani and Haidu is the beginning of the day, but then the rest of the davening and on the clock. What's the whole avodah is these bonanas. The pneumius, that's where the ongoing effort is. But with constantly revisiting and nurturing and embracing the Meida'ani, the Reish Tzurim, the Nase is the foundation of the Nishma. Continuing now on the Maimer. But it's got to be drawn down. What's got to be drawn down? The Reish Tzurim, the Amunah, in other words, into the Keichas Pnimiyim. The Ga'achakar Gam B'Shlish HaLekushmasham Diburim Ba'is, and then it's going to permeate the details of thoughts, speech, and action. Shezui Klolos HaVodah Shal Bitam V'Da'aseh. We're talking consciousness, reason, logic, system, order, appreciation, growth. We grow in our relationship with Hashem, like in a marriage. The relationship grows and deepens with its inevitable setbacks and ups and downs and betrayals, etc. It's all part of the process. Hence the whole inyan of, I think I mentioned this yesterday. The other day, the whole inyan of Tanas Mishpacha is really to factor into the relationship distance and union. It's all part of the process. Seichel has questions and has answers, but it's a process. It's a process of pneumius based on reason and feeling and understanding and fulfillment. Why? Because the whole point is again the dira in the tachtonim, not annihilating tachtonim, but in the tachtonim. Which will say yesh tzarich v'aved musuderes, and therefore there has to be this orderly aved b'keichas pnimiyim with our conscious faculties of mind and heart. And this translates to the whole general avodah, engaging the body, engaging the Shabbamis. In such a way, all of their dimensions should be permeated. With understanding and appreciation. Not only does the neshama understand, Shabbat is kind of surrenders to, okay, there's some part of me deep down that understands, that's enough. No. Shabbat itself has to understand. Till it comes down that the understanding is so internalized and so appreciated and so wonderful and so personal that it affects the garments, the behavior. He thinks this way and he speaks reflective of this, and his actions reflect that, reflect his relationship with Hashem. And therefore, concluding, Heinem is not true. First, our foundation has to be higher than seichel, higher than reason. That's Merosh Tzurim. That's the shirish of the midas, as they're rooted in that nefesh higher than seichel. That's the foundation. But that you said is arenu, it's makif. Again, we said the other day. This is what you said in your maamar. First, you veil the color. That's the Reish Tzurim, that's the makivdike connection, that's the emunah, the faith in each other, which is higher than seichel. Then comes the yichud pnimi. But after the mountains level has to be drawn down to the hills, Mind you, it's not flat ground. It's hills. Which means to say it's elevated and there's seichel and so on. But it's all within our grasp. Mountains cannot be scaled. They're appreciated, connected to. But the hills, you go for a walk in the hills, and it's something that you engage. This is similar to what we spoke about earlier, the same model. We need to draw and from the hidden worlds, hide and seichel. That this has to permeate the conscious world. That's the avoid of the imois. It's a close-up look, a critical look, an examined look, an engaged relationship. The kavanah with focus, so to say, the mesudar and orderly. This is the diri which Hashem desires, which is where Ba'amad is Gali in our manifested world, our conscious world. Now another diuk. It's funny, isn't it? Sometimes we don't know why this is, but some Maimorim, why this works. Some Maimorim are very scant on elaborating the Avodah, and a lot of Haskalah and Kabbalah and geography, as it were, and some like this one, ramming it home, this way and that way, backwards and forth, left and right. Who knows? What I can tell you is this, that everyone said to the celebrated chassid of Nis Nemen of the Mashpia, I think I told you, in Brunois, the Beinini of Tanya, that the Maimer on Shabbos is based on the way the Bachrim learn and by extension behave that week. And we do know many stories where the Maimer was on the surface even for one person. They're all connected, so it's for everybody. But certainly the Maimorim are tailored to the general tkufa and shlichus and avodah of that time on two levels. What we need to hear and what the Rebbe needs to accomplish up there. Because every Maimor is breaking through a barrier in Amshacha Velikus. So whatever's going on, Saila Maila and Saila Mata, that's how the Maimor is. Which explains the very radically different styles of a Maimor from one week to another. It's a living Torah. Now, Bashgacha Pratis, and we're learning it. We're learning it now, Tafshin Pei. This was said in Tafshin Chav, how many years ago? 60 years ago. We're learning it now. The Rebbe is saying it now, and it's Bashgacha Pratis, what we, each one of us, got to hear right now. That's a bit up to us already, to be into the mind in this way, and learn it with such an awareness and a sense of talking to me now, which it really is. When the Gemara says, when you learn the repeated teaching of a sage, these are the words, his mouth moves in the grave, and he says it with you, which implies after you're saying it, and it's also before you say it. Okay, so now another inyan is also what's explained in the Likutei Torah. We say in Hallel, being again invoking mountains and valleys. What do we find over there? When it comes to the mountain is Medale Galahorim, God skips over the mountains. That's the obvious, right? The mountains were established from another medrash, which refers to the forefathers. And then the Kapitz alak voice, but jumps over the hills, the mothers. What's the difference? The difference between skipping and jumping is skipping is 1 foot, right? That's symbolic of you didn't really move from where you started. You haven't gone beyond the system. Skipping. There's a movement here, undoubtedly, but not the quantum leap, as it were. The kvitza, the bezar line, jumping is both feet. For a moment, in other words, in skipping, you're never off the ground completely. 1 foot remains on terra firma. But jumping is, completely beyond. It's a moment of completely transcending Ishtalshul as the system. So it's a big chiddush. So who has the true Gemeirdik word now? You would think, who's the Mekapitz? That's the others. Because their midas is Heidel Seichel. That's Mesiras Nefesh, it's Gifus. No! The emes ekvitze is dafkin the avodah pnimius of the avodah of the Moishe, of bringing it all down into my mind, my heart, and my life in a personal way. As it goes to the say, even though the office are higher level, because what do we find? Nonetheless, Hashem tells Avram, whatever Sarah says, listen, hearken to her voice. Which means she is superior. Why? Because as you said again in your mind, before the chuppah, the amshach of the etzem is in the kesher pnimi, not in the makiv diki kesher, not in the veiling, that which is a achon and a critical one. But amshach of pnimi is in banachai, it's children, which means midas, born from you. And so the Maimah ends with the bracha for children, etc. Ruchnis, it means the midas born of a pneumatic relationship. That's where the etzem lies. It's only to the avoid of the mother's big voice. I shouldn't from the hills. I shouldn't get this close-up look. Nas is didali is bodech. That's what draws down and makes the world the dida with the etzem lies. In the pneumatic connection, as we said yesterday, the pneumatic connection, it's not based on the makif, is false. It's, you know what it means then? It means I love the way you make me feel, and that's not love. There has to be the I love, and I have to feel it, but it's all going to be based on you, and that's the foundation of the office. The office is you, and because it's you, therefore I'm enjoying you. It's a critical, very different enjoyment than an enjoyment that's just, it feels good. If it's based on the Tzurim, it feels good because it's you. If it wouldn't be you, it wouldn't feel good. It would, actually. But I wouldn't be interested in it. I'm not going there. So what's the Avodah? The Avodah is to say, Yishtalshel itself, Pe'yalim. This is the whole chiddush. That in Seder Shtalshalus, he's beyond Seder Shtalshalus. It's kfitza jumping bebeis line with 2 feet. That's again, it is the Torah became the tikkun. It's in his relationship, in the marriage again, use the model of marriage. It is they enjoying every moment, and it's a real experiential experience and love, etc. But it's all permeated with a connection that goes beyond the experience itself. Doesn't stop with the enjoyment, and that's where it ends. It's all because it's you, and there's this infinite quality and surrender and connection in the experience that's beyond the experience. And what is that? The critical word, you. And that all starts with the Reish Tzurim. Sharingin adirum, in the terms of the dira, what's a dira? The whole point is to make a dira, a home. You're sharing your life with your soulmate at home. That's what the home is. Like someone who dwells in, invited into his friends. Dira, if it's a true invitation, it becomes his own dira. With his entire essence, where's the essence to be found? Dafki in the dira. Where's the essence to be found? It's in the details of the home, in the nuance, in the everyday experiences of life. That's where the essential connection finds expression. As we said in the previous memory. Where does it happen? Where? Dafki betachtoinim. Let's go a bit further. So this is the Avodah V'yid. This is the general Avodah. This is what the pasuk says. So blessed be the God, the Lord of Israel, from ever to ever, eternity unto eternity. But the deeper meaning is What's the Avodah B'Yidin drawing down godliness? The God of Israel. What does that mean? That Yidin mamshich elikus in the world. That's the whole point. So what's the pasuk saying? What do we have to do? Mino olam v'ad olam. To draw from one world into the other. Meaning, we alma discuss from the hidden transcendent world, from the beyond into the within. Because the pasuk precedes it all by saying, Baruch Havaya, blessed be God. What does Baruch mean? Baruch means to draw down, as in drawing down the vine. What's that? How did this happen? We bend down. It doesn't go by itself. We've got to drag it down. It's enough. I give him the branch of the vine, the mata very low. When we cover it with earth, this all conveying the idea of bittul and iskafia. That's how it starts. And it's from this bittul and iskafia, bittul, the earth, and iskafia, the bending. This and you vine sprouts and grows. So that's the Avodah V'zel. Gamenim dam shach me'al mediskas and am medisgal. We're drawing down from the hidden world to the revealed world. Al derech hamshach and b'chinas Tzurim, b'chinas gvois, to go from the Avodah of the Ovis to the imbois. And critical to that is what? Iskafia and bittul. Bending the vine and burying the vine. We're drawing it all down. And yet, even though we're going down, descending, the big news is here's where the true jumping happens, the true spring. The incredible is achieved, that this will become the totally beyond the highest levels of Ishtalshalus, and where it is dafka down here. Tomorrow, Mr. Hashem, even further beer in this Indian.